Mayor Mamdani is facing backlash from some New Yorkers who feel left out by the city's map of immigrant communities. This is the map that's causing a stir online. It includes 30 immigrant enclaves, but Little Italy is not on the map. Jewish and Irish neighborhoods are also not included. When we reached out to the mayor's office, they shared another map. It shows the top 20 new immigrant communities, which they say was created by the Adams administration.
Today on California Reports, that's the map at the center of it. The one that reporter was just standing in front of. 30 numbered locations. Little Palestine, Little Yemen, Little Guyana. Look for Little Italy and you won't find it. And this isn't old footage. This exact map was still circulating unchanged as recently as 3 days before this video was made.
No one knows New York's Little Italy better than John DeLutro, aka Baby John, the owner of popular pizza and cannoli spots in Lower Manhattan.
People from all over the world come to visit us.
No Irish neighborhoods either. No Jewish ones. Within a week of this map going public, City Hall would be standing in front of cameras trying to explain why. Here's what almost nobody covering this actually checked. The map has a paper trail. Under the previous administration, the city published 27 separate, individually illustrated community profiles, not one map.
So this map was initially created by the prior administration in 2023, and when we inherited it, we added a few additional neighborhoods. It's clearly not an exhaustive list of the more than 200 ethnic communities that call our city home, and we're going to be making additional changes in the future to reflect that, and that includes adding Little Italy to the map.
When the current administration folded that into a single simplified map for the World Cup, the format changed. Reporters also found the new version had its own problems, including factual errors printed right on the map.
From one liberal enclave to the next, New York City. Say it with us now. No justice, no pizza. No justice, no pizza. Italian Americans are big arrabbiato at Mayor Mamdani today, who unveiled a map of the city's immigrant enclaves.
The Italian American Civil Rights League didn't wait for an explanation. Within hours, its president was calling the omission cultural erasure, not a mistake.
Mayor Mamdani, I give you a year. You are not a New Yorker. You have no clue. I don't consider you to be my mayor.
I think it's disgraceful for what he's doing. He's got to be fair to everybody, and he's not fair to everybody.
New York's own City Council Italian caucus backed that up. Staten Island's borough president went further, pointing out Sri Lankan and other communities were missing too.
But as the city moves to update the map, some leaders say the conversation is far from over.
We've called this place home for such a long time, and to exclude us from a map is kind of like erasing Jews and erasing people who are such a large fabric of this society.
On Mulberry Street itself, the fight wasn't abstract. One shop owner told a local news crew that tourists using the official map were skipping the block entirely. Critics also resurfaced a 6-year-old photo, Mamdani gesturing at a statue of Christopher Columbus. Whether that's relevant to a 2026 tourism map is a matter of interpretation.
Erasure, a conspiracy theory, because Mamdani has long had bad blood with the Italians. Who can forget his 2020 post that's still up today, flipping off a statue of Christopher Columbus, captioned, "Take it down." We didn't forget about it.
But it turned a map complaint into a referendum on the mayor himself. By Friday, Mamdani had a response. He confirmed the map wasn't meant to be exhaustive and said Little Italy would be added. But the former mayor's office pushed back hard, telling reporters their original project actually featured more communities, not fewer, in a more detailed format the current map replaced. In other words, this wasn't one administration erasing a neighborhood, it was 2 administrations, 2 formats, and neither side telling the full story. So who's actually leading the fight to fix it? The Italian American Civil Rights League was only re-established in 2023. Its chairman, longtime Republican political operative Roger Stone. Its president, Mike Crispy, has his own history in this exact kind of fight, including public comments about Somali immigrants widely condemned as xenophobic just months before this controversy.
Now, the Italian American Civil Rights League, a group that I'm the president of, made headlines all over the place. Now, what did he leave out? He put Chinatown in there, but he left out Little Italy, located right next to Chinatown. Why would he leave out Little Italy? Oh, it's because he detests Italian Americans. Why does he detest Italian Americans? It's because we stand for everything he is against.
It's also not the first group by that name. A 1970s organization called the Italian American Civil Rights League used the same banner and was later reported to function largely as a public relations effort for organized crime figures.
Well, the Bari family came here 120 years ago from Sicily. They were immigrants. They landed down in what's known as the 5 Points. Grandma started the San Gennaro Festival. That right up there, that is Grandma. That is Grandma. Grandma from the Bari family. Okay, she is the heart and soul of this neighborhood.
Today's IACRL isn't that group, but the name carries a history worth knowing.
When we saw that, we were really shocked. We were really taken back. We were offended. We felt disrespected. Italian Americans built the city. He left out Little Italy. How do you leave out Little Italy? And not only that, he left out so many other important ethnic groups.
And here's what most coverage skipped entirely. Not every Italian American voice in this fight is on the same side. Progressive Italian American groups, some of whom backed Mamdani, pushed back on IACRL directly. Those critics pointed to language in IACRL's own posts that was widely called xenophobic. It complicates the idea that this is simply New York versus its mayor, because underneath the politics, there's a neighborhood genuinely proud of its history and genuinely frustrated at being left off a map with its own name in the room. Controversy also pulled in bigger names. Actor Robert Davi publicly criticized the mayor over the map and suggested Mamdani, who was born in Uganda, shouldn't be eligible to hold office at all.
Zohan Mamdani and his leftist Marxist communist ways. Go back to where you were born, Mamdani. You don't belong in America. Go back to where you belong and go run for office there. And the same thing with Ilhan Omar and the other one, whatever the hell her name is. Go back. Get out of office. Take off your headscarves. You shouldn't be in office.
A far more extreme position than most of the criticism, because this map fight didn't happen in a vacuum. It landed inside a much bigger battle. Mamdani signing executive orders restricting ICE's access to city property without a judicial warrant.
So this executive order mostly just reaffirms the city's commitment to providing sanctuary protections to migrants. New York City sanctuary laws already ban ICE from entering city property without a warrant.
The Department of Homeland Security has publicly said that stance makes the city less safe and wants more than 7,000 people with immigration detainers turned over. Border czar Tom Homan escalated that fight again this week, warning that federal agents could move into New York at any moment. Suddenly, a fight over who's labeled on a tourism map and a fight over who the city protects from federal enforcement are happening on the same stage. And to a lot of New Yorkers, they don't feel unrelated. So back to where we started. Has the fix actually happened? As of 3 days before this video was made, the answer was no. This is the same map, still circulating, still missing Little Italy, more than a week after the mayor said on the record that it would be added. No announced date, no independent confirmation it's changed since, just a promise and a map that still looks exactly the way it did before anyone complained. We'll be checking, and when it changes, we'll show you.